All right. We did work. I want to keep that one for a little bit. Holy damn, there's so many topics. How many topics did you write? Alright, fine. We'll do people. Wanna tell me a little bit about yourself? Me? Oh, I don't really know what to tell, really. I mean, I suppose you know enough about me anyways. Oh, that was it? Really? Wow. Even if I don't like it, maybe it'd be good if you told me about Kaguya. What do you want to know? Wait. Okay, here we go. Tell me how she ended up here. Alright, well, all this happened a very long time ago. Roughly 1,300 years ago, I assume? I suppose so. In any case, Kaguya Hime is somewhat of a reviled figure in lunar history. She's kind of a legendary figure, actually. I don't know what happened exactly, but it is said that she was exiled for a crime she committed. After decades in exile, she was forgiven for her crimes by a royal court. They sent an envoy to bring her back to the moon, but she slaughtered them all and went into hiding. Damn! I'll be a badass! And to think that while she was kissing fucking Mokou at the same time. Among the ambassadors was Eren-sama. Murdering a Lunarian is severe enough crime as it is, let alone murder multiple. But killing someone as distinguished and important as Eren-sama, people were outraged. Suffice to say, her actions branded Kaguya Hime as a traitor to the moon, and so she became enemy number 1, the arch-traitor Kaguya Horai-san. Well, so the legend goes. I'm almost surprised that she has always had a penchant for ruining people's lives. Damn, Mokou. Oh, wait, hold up. You just said Eren was killed by Kaguya. Last time I checked, she was still breathing. Yeah, that's what confused me as well. I met Eren-sama shortly after I came to the Earth. I was shocked to say it at the very least. So, what's going on? Does that mean they were in cahoots all along? I don't know. I never asked. Come on, aren't you curious? I think it'd be the first thing you'd ask in that situation. Well, okay. I guess meeting someone for the first time and asking, why are you not dead, is probably bad form. It's probably bad manners at the very least. At least you understand. Well, at the very least I know what her deal is, somewhat. That's good to hear. Doesn't make me hate her less, maybe even more, I don't know. I think Mokou is going through some is going through trauma, really. I mean, yes, considering the game's fucking backstory is the child losing their father to whatever, it's just a legendary princess trying to find out who to marry, and then and that ends up fucking her murdering someone who was kind to her. I guess, yeah, I guess that does make a lot of, I guess it does make her quite traumatized. But tell me about Eren. Eren? Well, she's a very prolific figure, even legendary. How long Eren-sama has been alive is unknown, but she's noted to have been alive for most of the moon's history. She's a master alchemist and a brilliant scientist. A lot of technology that exists on the moon was based on her research. Isn't she the popular one? She is indeed. Her assumed death was a huge tragedy. She is alive though. Unbeknownst to the moon, it seems. That is pretty weird. Indeed. I mean, did they sort of maybe figure out she might be alive by now? Hey, you played this game before, right? I did, but I didn't finish it, so I'm finishing it today. It's supposedly a short game, so it's... And I'm being lazy. That's why I'm finishing it. Not sure. They might not be. They might be. They might not be. You're like that with most games. Always lazy in games? Hey. That's still a way to play the game, so. But I need to get a video out. That's why I'm being lazy and just doing a visual novel. I'm gonna have to cut this part out of the video though, because I don't want people to know that I'm being lazy. Well, anyways. Besides all that, you seem very fond of her. Working for someone you heard your entire life about? A living legend? It's pretty great, to be frank. No worries. not a case of never meet your heroes? I wouldn't say so, no. Oh, Reisen. You were so lucky to not be in the Gensokyo Odyssey universe. Well, she is very much how I imagined her to be. I wouldn't dare to even say she might be more brilliant than the legends make it out to be. And that's smart. She's taking care of running the organization alongside her research and taking care of the princess's needs. Do you want to know the princess's needs? I don't think you do. Don't want to know? Never mind. Knowing Kaguya, she's probably a handful. Guess I should give her more credit. Tui, or Tei, it's the Japanese say it. So what's the deal with the rap you always hang out with? What's your face? I assume you mean Tei-san? Yeah, that one. I don't know what to say. We'll work together. She helps to intermediate between us moon rabbits and us earth rabbits. Doesn't seem like you're too fond of her. I don't resent her. It's just she's a slacker. She often just does whatever she pleases instead of doing her job. I don't want to tolerate such behavior. I assume you've told her that? More times than I could care to remember. Oh well, I guess the people are right. Seems so. Oh, there's a cat outside. Never mind. Seems so, as much as I hate to admit it. Monsieur. Well, what do you think of Monsieur? Excuse me? Doesn't ring a bell? I can't say that I've heard the name before. He's that young-looking bird, Yokai who run that weird little food stall in a shopping street. Now that you mention it, I think I've seen her around, yeah. I don't think I've ever bought anything from her stall, though. Oh, come on, her eel is good. I think I did once or twice, it's alright. Just her stall is a tad weird. How so? Well, first off, her main product, she advertises grilled lamprey. Grilled lamprey? Yeah, it's a substitute for yakitori, apparently. She has other stuff too, like tempura shrimps, mostly fish, but grilled lamprey is the main attraction, as it were. I have to say, I'm not entirely familiar with Japanese cuisine. I mean, to be fair, I have lived here for the better part of 3 decades, but never have I heard of grilled lamprey. Not to my knowledge, at least. Trust me, I've lived here in Japan for the better part of a century, and I still have no idea. I still have never heard of grilled lamprey. Well, I assume innovation is a good thing. What do you mean by yakitori substitute? As it seems, she's against people eating birds. Yeah, so she wants to sell fish. It does make sense. I'm not saying it doesn't make sense, I'm just saying lamprey is the last thing I expected to substitute. And tell me, how does it taste? I guess it's unique in flavor, but I'd rather eat yakitori. Well, I guess I'll go see for myself at some point. You do that. Let's talk about the town. Yokai and humans. It is kind of strange how humans and yokai just sort of live together. How so? I suppose you might not know how things used to be, but well, yokai have always existed since humans could think. Basically, they were always in the shadows, basically known to people through legends and hearsay. When I was little, I always was scared of them. Anyways, at some point, they just became more aggressive. I honestly haven't been paying attention to what was going on at the time, so I don't know how it happened exactly. But somehow yokai and humans just started living together. It's sort of weird to me to see creatures that I grew up hearing about in legends being my neighbors and stuff like that. Yeah, that is quite weird, isn't it? Well, things have been like this ever since I came to Earth. But I do have to say, from what I hear in the news, Japanese yokai are way more integrated into society than yokai elsewhere. Well, it is probably due to the fact that our yokai live off of mischief and being feared. From what I hear, Western yokai are usually more malicious, eating the flesh of humans or drinking their blood to survive. Not that we don't have yokai like that too, but it's just rarer. That, plus there are enough legends about yokai being friendly towards humans or even benevolent beings. I guess we are just culturally more inclined to accept yokai as people. I guess it would be hard for someone who is required to feed on humans to live peacefully alongside humans without hurting them. Yeah, it's not like you can imagine what it's like, but I assume it must be rough. It's not just that, but also that people will always see them as a possible danger to their life. Yokai like that are basically born on a very short leash. That must sucked. That must suck. Indeed. You often hear of crimes committed by yokai in the news. With what you said in mind, one can assume many of these crimes are being committed because of these reasons. You think so, right? It doesn't help the situation, though. Well, at least some people are making strides to create ways for these yokai to also live peacefully alongside humans. Blood drives and such similar initiatives surely will pay off in the long run. Here's hoping. Crime. You know, I always wonder how Kensokyo Shi's crime rate is compared to the rest of Japan. That's an odd thought for the average person to consider. You know, I deal with a lot of shady characters on the daily business. Freelance bodyguard work doesn't really allow you to be picky with your clients, so I think I've had run-ins with every single criminal organization the city has to offer. And there are quite a few. The Yakuza alone have a pretty strong presence here. Honestly, I wish they would do a better job at keeping crimes off the streets. What do you mean? Well, I don't think I've ever had a stroll at night where someone didn't either try to mug me or I had to save someone else. Honestly, some of these petty thieves are way too ballsy for my liking. Come to think of it, it happens in the middle of the district more than elsewhere. Here in the district? Really? Yeah, what's up with that? I suppose I have to talk with Day about this. Huh? Keeping the peace in the district falls to the Earth Rabbits. We Moon Rabbits have other duties. Okay, you lost me. But it's simply, although Earth and Moon Rabbits have a lot in common, Moon Rabbits are averse towards open confrontations. We might have a greater potential for magic, but we would rather resolve things peacefully. Earth Rabbits, in contrast, are more eager in such situations. As such, Ante uses us Moon Rabbits and rules that require less direct approaches to resolving conflicts. For example, guarding the estate or delivering messages. Huh? So why, if you guys are supposed to keep the streets clean, why do I have to knock people out all the time? That is something I'd like to know as well. Which is why I said I'd have to ask Tay about this matter. Honestly, some Yakuza are... Sorry, I freaking... Probably get some water here. Okay, I'll get it later. Honestly, some Yakuza you are. Usually the Yakuza manage a better job of keeping petty crime in check. Yeah, we're not a Yakuza. How else would you describe your organization? We are a business. A business that works in real estate and provides medical services. Unconvincing, but fair enough. Spell cards. Is it just me, or are there more magic duels going on in the last couple of years? I don't know, but it just feels like the whole magic duel thing has become pretty popular. Now that you mention it, I remember that a new law was passed a few years ago. The spell card laws, if I'm not mistaken. Spell card laws? First I've heard of it. Speaking of spell card though, I remember that something changed about the way people fight. It was around the time that whole shebang with the red mist happened. Maybe it was a few years earlier, but I remember nobody really caring about spell cards. Nowadays, nobody really wants to have a go if you don't have a spell card prepared. Yes, I believe that it's something to do with these laws. Man, what happened to the good old days where you just tossed fireballs at each other until one couldn't anymore? Please don't throw fireballs around haphazardly. Why? If it started a fire I didn't want. I assume this behavior is part of why these laws came into effect. Mokou is the reason why Kensokyo has spell cards. That's the only thing I'm getting from this. After all, when society changes, laws must too. Speaking of which, I heard something interesting in the news recently. It seems like the city is considering allowing the same-sex couples to marry within city limits. Huh? Well, it's a bit surprising. That is a very, very different topic right now, Reisen. Don't switch topics. It's a bit surprising given the country's stance on the matter. How would you know? Aren't you like separated from the outside world? Although I do remember seeing quite a few young women around town being very close with each other. Yeah, no, they're just very close friends. Don't worry about it. I wonder what relationship many of them had did not stop at them being friends. If so, this law might be a result of this. What, the spell card law? Oh no, no. The law of same-sex couples, yeah. To be honest, I don't really understand why this isn't law nationwide. Same-sex relationship has never been a problem on our moon. It seems a bit silly to me that it's a problem for the people of Earth, I must say. Yeah, you just say quiet, Mokou. Hey, it would just be Gensokushi though, right? Well, yes, I assume it would only affect the city. I wonder, could this be a thing nationwide at some point? You seem quite invested in the topic. Let's change the subject. Very well. Now we're getting into the LGBTQ part of the game, which I'm very, very happy of. Relation to the moon. You said something about assassins from Earth coming to the moon or something, right? The invasion, yes. What do you think these are? What do you think are relations between the moon and the Earth like nowadays? That's a complicated matter. Although I assume the people of Earth, in general, don't know about the existence of the lunar capital. The legend of Princess Kaguya might be the only surviving link between the two. As much as the capital wants... As much as the capital wants to sever that thread too, I assume they just can't. Also, thread? Isn't it just thread? Like sewing? I think that might be a mistake. How can you fight in a war against people that don't even know you exist? I don't know. I assume someone, probably a person in power, has to know and have orchestrated the invasion. The general population is blissfully unaware though, I am sure. Fair enough, I guess. Night incident. Imperishable night. What was the deal with the incident the other day? You know, the one where the night wouldn't end. It was a real hassle. Man, all these yokai suddenly going crazy. I had to run all over town, knocking people out left and right. And on top of that, I couldn't find Keine anywhere. Man. Say, Reisen. Kaguya was behind that somehow, wasn't she? I'm sure of it. There wasn't really any choice. The moon, they sent ambassadors to apprehend me. When I received that transmission and I told Eren-sama, she and Kaguya-hime set the plan in motion. She said that she could never allow them to find us, neither me nor Kaguya-hime. We feared that if we didn't replace the moon with a fake one, it would not only destroy Eiyante, but maybe even threaten the city as a whole. Eren-sama said it herself if the capital found Kaguya in the city. It would probably destroy the city. To keep her existence and that of the lunar capital from becoming known. Oh, no, that was the end of the sentence. Mokou mad. Mokou mad. Are you angry? Very. This is basically just a drop in the bucket. Just another bullet point on my why Kaguya is a shit list. I understand, but please rest assured that we have taken measures against this happening again. Eiyante is separate from this reality by magic Eren-sama developed. The moon will never find the manor. She said that they would never dare to destroy an entire city without clear proof of Kaguya-hime being here. As long as they can't find Eiyante and consequently the princess, Gensokushi is safe. You better hope they don't. Man, after I finally found a place to live, Kaguya goes and fucks everything up again, honestly. Based. So what was that with the thing a few weeks ago? You know, that thing where the entire city was covered head to toe in flowers? I haven't played this game yet. I think this might be Phantasmagoria in Flower View. You know anything about that? I don't know anything particular detail myself. So that means you do know something. At the time I was looking for Tay. She disappeared shortly after the flowers started blooming. She died. When I finally caught up to her, she challenged me to a fight out in the blue. After putting Tay, it's so hard reading it as Tay and not as Tui because I'm so used to reading it as Tui, but Tay is the right name. Give me a sec. After putting Tay in her place, the Shrine Maiden appeared and said to leave the rest up to her. Basically, you know nothing. Yeah, that is what I was trying to tell you. All that I saw were flowers and people challenging me to fights. It was a rather weird incident, all things considered. Well, at least the flowers were pretty. I agree with that sentiment. Free time. Oh, we have love now. Say, Reisen. Yes? Have you fallen in love with someone before? I had a feeling you wanted to talk about something like this. As for an answer to your question, I have not. To be quite honest, I'm not interested in men, or women, for that matter. As such, I'm not very versed in romantic matters. The fandom will disagree with you on that part, but whatever. I will concede, however, that I do enjoy reading romantic novels and manga on occasion. Don't worry, your fanbase likes that as well. You have something in common. Wait, not interested in men or women at all? Like, at all? You still read romance stories? I'm more interested in the idea of love as a concept and less with the actual application of this concept, especially relationships. I just don't feel I need to engage with someone in such a fashion. Besides, I'm already happily married to my work. I think I've never heard someone say I think I've never heard of someone like that before. But I will admit that it'd be plenty hypocritical of me to badmouth you. I guess you just have to explain it to me at some point. More importantly, I don't assume you came here just to ask me about my stance on the matter. And you don't seem romantically interested in men either. In me. So, would you care to explain what you wanted to talk about, Fujiwara-san? I will always say that I have a hunch onto what is going on, but I don't want to assume. It's, I'm in love with Keine. Yeah, we saw this coming. Yeah, we know. Don't worry about it. He doesn't know that, but I've been for a while now. I haven't found the courage yet, too. Seems a tad ironic that you, of all people, couldn't find the courage to do something. It's just hard for me, okay? I've never been in this situation before. Don't mock me. I wasn't trying to mock you. Please continue. Well, anyways, a few days ago, Keine told me that her parents are trying to push her into an arranged marriage. Wait, what? Oh yeah, Keine probably has parents. That's such a weird thought. I don't think I've heard anyone reference like the parents of like the Yakutaku before. She doesn't seem to like it, but knowing her, she probably will go along with it anyways. Why would her parents push for something like this? Why would Keine-san go along with it anyways? It's complicated. I think it has to do with the fact that she's nearing her 30s. 30,000s? I think what happened is since Keine hasn't had a boyfriend yet, her parents want to help her by just arranging the marriage. There's some kind of dumb expectation to put onto women that they should be married before they turn 30 or something. As if they aren't fit for marriage and thus unfit for love if they don't. I can imagine that Keine only wants to go along with it because of these dumb expectations. She has always been the one to do so, what people expect of her. It does make sense on some level, as human lifespans are so short. Wait, Keine? No, Keine is a werebeast! I mean, half werebeast, probably. Yeah, no, half werebeast. But at the same time, especially nowadays, it should be left to the individual. That's why I'm thinking too. But you know, society and its dumb expectations. Anyways, I know I don't have the right to tell Keine whether or not she should go along with this. But I feel like if she does, I will lose her forever. Not just that my feelings will go unrequited, but that I will lose her as a friend. At the same time, I'm afraid that she doesn't want anything to do with me, if she knew how I felt. And you wanted to ask me for advice on the matter. Yes. The person whose only romantic expectations are those of... I'm not... That's dumb sense, I don't know what I'm saying. To be honest, I don't know who else I could talk to. Don't you have, like... Oh no, she doesn't have any friends, yeah. I'm sorry if it's too much to ask. Like you said, we weren't exactly close. I just don't know anyone I trust with this. Why trust me at all? I don't know. You just seem very trustworthy. Very diligent. You also have a unique perspective on things. Since you are basically a foreigner and all. Damn, Mokou! Very well. I'll give you my advice then. Go and talk to Keine-san about this. What? Confess your feelings to her. However, she may react. If you don't bring your feelings up to her, your feelings will stay forever unsaid. And since you are the kind to hold grudges, you will most likely regret it for the rest of your life. That was weird. I said that weird. Besides, I cannot imagine her abandoning you over this. It is quite clear that she cares very much about you. Yeah, they're very close friends. I cannot see the two of you going separate ways because of your feelings for her. You're right. I have to go. Right now. Why are you... Okay, this has been bothering me, but you keep putting that damn fucking lollipop in your mouth, then out of your mouth, then in your mouth, then out of your mouth again. Like, mate, you could just, like, keep it in. Leave your tab to me. Thanks, Reisen. Yeah, she's the one getting paid, mate. You're a freelancer. No need to thank me. Just take care of my tab next time we go out like this. I will. I owe you. Why is... Oh god. I don't like that. I don't like that. I don't like the sounds. What the... Oh, she's probably running. I hope it's running noises. How long is she gonna run for? Wait, what? Mokou? Hey, Keine. Sorry that I... You were completely drenched. Is everything alright? Are you hurt? Did something happen? Oh, Come in first. I'll make you some tea. Yeah, Mokou, go inside. So far, so good. God, how do I even bring this up to her? Fuck, calm down, Mokou. You can do this. Even if you can't, you came this far. There's no turning back now. Can't believe I've never been this scared of anything before. Maybe I should... Oh, I really like the artwork in this game, man. Because this is cute. This is very cute. Here you go. Thanks. Have you calmed down a bit? Not at all. Yeah. Do you want to explain to me what happened? Do you remember how we first met? It was quite something, wasn't it? It was when I started as a teacher. I was doing some shopping around town when suddenly some of my students bumped into me. They came running out of an alleyway and seemed to be afraid of something. When I looked, I saw you, just casually strolling out of the alleyway with blood all over your face. I don't remember exactly what happened afterwards, though. They kissed. I just remember being very angry at the boys and us running away. They tried to mug me, so I told them if they could defeat me, I'd give them 1,000,000 yen each. Of course, they took the bait. My plan was to teach them a lesson, so they won't end up as petty crooks. I didn't expect one of them to whack me with an iron pipe, though. It wasn't too bad, but apparently me just taking that hit made them scared as hell. When they called you sensei, I was sure I was in a lot of trouble. But instead, you just straight up headbutted each- Wait, what the fuck? Keine! That is- You do not do disciplinary action anymore. You don't do that. We have rights now. But instead, you just straight up headbutted each of them and apologized on their behalf. You even offered to help me with my injuries. I've never seen anything like that. I think nobody has ever gotten my attention that fast. Well, knowing them and seeing you, the situation was pretty obvious to me. I couldn't let that stand. They hurt you badly after all. You clearly didn't even try to defend yourself. You just took the beating from them. They didn't even have a single scratch in contrast. It was just not right. Well, I couldn't beat up a bunch of kids. Well, you fucking clearly kinda can. Jesus Christ. It would just be wrong for me to defend myself. But when that police officer came around the corner, I just knew he would probably arrest us. All you could see is two ladies, one clearly covered in blood, and a bunch of teenagers who were knocked out. Must have looked like we were trying to mug them. And I had no other choice but to run. Oh yeah, I think I've never had to run from the law before or since. You shouldn't make a habit out of it anyway. It was quite a shock to realize we lived this close to each other and never met before. It happens. I mean, I do work everywhere and anywhere. I guess you're right. You know, when you looked at me that day and when you insisted on taking care of my wounds, I thought to myself that I've never met such a kind person before. Kind person before. It was like I met a saint or something. Oh, please don't go obsessing over Keine. Please don't make this weird, Mokou. You know, like, look at her face. She's not. I think she knows what's gonna happen next. And I got to know you better, though. It was almost like you became more and more kind to me. Every time I thought you couldn't be any more kind, you proved me wrong. Even now, when I'm so unreasonable and just barged into your home in the middle of the night, the first thing you did was ask if I'm okay. I mean, who wouldn't in a situation like this? Most people wouldn't. Most people would be mad. It's not like people haven't been kind to me in the past, but you are special. Nobody ever made me feel like this. Except your father. And now he's fucking dead. Maybe people who were kind to Mokou end up dying horrible deaths. This feeling, wanted to know someone completely, never wanted to be apart from them. I'm sorry, I'm rambling, but it's hard for me to say this. I don't know how or when it happened, but I like you kinda. More than that, I love you. I'm sorry that I'm unreasonable and just unloading this onto you. I felt like if I don't get to say it now, I'll never get to say it. Mokou. I don't want to. Maybe you hate me now. I know it's not normal for me to like another woman. I didn't choose this, it just happened to me. If you hate me now, I will leave you alone. I'm sorry to bother you. No, you don't have to go, please. Why is she crying? Jesus. I could never hate you. Not for something like this. I honestly don't know how I feel. I've never given love much thought. You know, you grow up and everyone tells you that you'll find a man someday and fall in love. But it never happened to me. Even when all my friends in school had boyfriends, I didn't want one. I just didn't get it. I thought it was fine this way. But then I met you and I don't know. All I know is that you're very important to me, Mokou. Kinda. I don't know if we're feeling the same way. This is new to me too. But I know I like you. I want to know more about you. I want to see you be happy. And I don't want to lose you either. Nobody has ever made me feel this way, so please, don't go. It makes me happy to hear you say that. But I feel like if you went and got married, I don't get to be close to you anymore. Not like this, at least. I'd be busy with your new family, and I could be your best friend and come visit you. I wish I could say it wouldn't be enough for me, but I know it won't be. We couldn't get closer. It feels like that would be impossible. And that scares me. This whole arranged marriage business, that was my parents' idea. I didn't want to go along with it to begin with. It just felt like I had no choice in the matter. And given what you just said, and then what I feel, I don't think I'll play along with that arrangement anymore. Really? You are more important to me, Mokou. At least I think so. And I mean, so far they didn't even pick out a nakado. Wait, what? I have to look up the definition of that word. I'll put that one on screen. They just sprung that idea on me last week. I haven't given them an answer yet, so no harm done. I'll call my parents tomorrow and tell them I've met someone. Does that mean I want to give this a chance? I want to give you a chance. This is completely new to me and I don't understand my feelings for you very well yet, but I want to see where this goes. Won't they be mad? They will understand, I'm sure. If I'm already have someone, I don't need to go along with an arranged marriage, right? But telling them that you have a girlfriend is a little... Girlfriend? I'll just tell them that I've met someone. They don't need to know more than that. For now, at least. Besides, I've played the good girl my entire life. I think I can disobey this one time. I can be rebellious and break the rules every once in a while. Yeah, headbutting children. That's one way to rebel. Screw society and children. Headbutt them. Let the intrusive thoughts win, Keine. Headbutt more children. Headbutt Mokou for all you know. But just because it's for you. Thank you, Keine. Mokou. Insert Maribel X Renko kissing gif. Well, that was that. Yay! I'll wait until the end of the credits, just because they might have a little bit of stuff. Well, that was that. Oh! Yes! There it is! Yeah, baby! Oh my god, I'm so happy I stayed until the end. The Pride Game Jam 2. I do not condone fucking Reimu Sanae. I do not do that. No.